Hello. This is going to very likely be the first out of um, a series of game development logs of my own personal projects, where I will be showcasing and basically just showcasing and explaining all of the game development projects I've worked on independently. So the first of these, I will be showcasing the little game I've named Target Tagger. It is what I consider to be the first completed independent game of mine. Technically not, as I have made games before. I do have some experience, and I have even made 2 completed games for a game development course I took already. But this is the first fully completed game I made of my own volition, and I will now be showcasing it. First things first, this is made in Godot, Godot 4, you see there. And first things first, let's just show you how the game plays, then I'll explain how it works. So, start with a menu screen, begin button, controls, objectives. Objectives of the game, there are number of preset targets. 4 random ones will activate, and using the movement and the character, shoot all 4 of them and try to get the fastest time. So, jump, shoot all the targets, and it'll list your time. Try again. Targets randomized, as you can see. Time updates based on the difference. Let's see if I can get a faster one. Oh, apparently not. Get a longer one though. Okay, if they stop spawning in the top left, that'd be nice. There. Faster time. So, that's the gameplay, pretty much. Very simple. This is just meant to be a very simple game altogether. So, now, how it works. First things first, script, of course. We have all the variables, of course. So at the very beginning of the script, because there's not a lot. So, first things first, every one of the targets, so out of all of the targets on the map, they will all be added to a list, an array, and all of them will be connected, a signal will be connected to each of them via code for update targets. I'll explain more of this later, but effectively what this does is it will actually track when a target has been shot by the player character's laser. So, when the game first starts, all of this is set up. The player is frozen, so you can't move when the menu screen is active, and said menu screen will show up. When the game first starts initially, this is only on when the game is first started, you get the menu screen, which shows this. There is no way to get back to this unless you restart the whole game, so maybe that's something to add, but it'll show controls and objectives. After the game is started, every subsequent time the screen shows up, it'll show game set, replay button, and your times. So on the first screen, and on the replay screen, we'll have the game button, which put away the screen, set the music, which, if you notice, is slowed down on a screen and then sped back up to normal speed when you're in the game. Sets all the targets, sets the text label, timer, and unfreezes the player. For set targets, what this does is effectively, out of the 8 total target positions, it will loop or iterate through. It'll iterate through each one of them, and for 50% chance, effectively, out of all of the unactivated targets. If the target is unactivated, 50% chance to activate it, and then it logs how many are activated total. Once we reach the limit of 4 targets, then the looping will stop and all 4 targets are set, so then that concludes, which basically starts the whole thing. Next would then be the player. So largely very simple mechanics for at least basic 2D Godot stuff. So you have getting your direction, controlling your gravity, and then all subsequent movement works depending on whether the game's frozen or not. So if the menu screens are active, then you're frozen. None of that works. It's basically that. So for jumping is a little different than just the normal one. There's a variation depending on when you just tap or hold the button. So if you tap, it's just a small jump. If you hold it, you get a higher jump. This is just some nice quality of controlling your movements. So if you want a shorter hop or a larger jump, like you need the larger jump to get up here, but if you want a smaller hop, so you don't like hit a ceiling or something like that. Then this handles direction, not direction, flip sprite handles the sprite's direction it's facing, animation controller, and then actually handling movement. That's all the basic stuff. As for the main facet of the game is the actual shooting the targets. So we have a little robot player here, so he shoots lasers. So when you click the laser button, all of this basically spawns a laser on the position of the laser spawn, so right into the thing. Spawns a laser, and then activates a cooldown period. So if you notice, you can spam the button, but you notice there is a small delay between each fire. So right now I'm spamming the button as much as I can, and there's a delay between each thing. Now it's not like there's really any benefit to spam clicking it, because you want to be precise with your shots anyway, since you're shooting targets. But it's just another little quality thing. Basically adds a cooldown for how much you can spam the laser. Then there's the actual lasers themselves, which very simple. They just have that little animation, go in a straight line, and 2 things. One, they can either hit, if they miss a target, they'll hit the bounding box, which will just have them deleted, or if they do hit a target, it'll delete them and then call on the target script. So in here, there's animation controls for them as well, but then if the target's hit, it'll emit that it's been hit and disable it. As for the target hit signal, we finally go back to when we first set them in the beginning, where we set the signal on all of them. Now we have when the target is hit, it is updated. Out of the 4 targets you need to hit, low is one of them, so you can see there. The text will update once you hit one. So I need 4, now I need 3, and so on and so forth. Until once you get all of them done, it'll reset the game, and because the game is no longer on the start screen after you've complete it, then get all the lasers to 1 game set. And that is basically the an explanation for Target Tagger. This was a fun project to do it myself. I made it in a couple days. This devlog is way later after I actually completed this game, so maybe this explanation isn't as thorough as I'd like it to be, but I only really started committing to these devlogs after these first few projects of mine were made. But this, out of the first few ones, this one I'm most proud of, and hope you understood my little rundown of it. That is all.